The first thing for the layperson, how the heck does this drug work? It just makes you less hungry, right? Which does sound like a more benign way to go about helping someone lose weight. Like folks who, and you said there are different mechanisms for different drugs.
One of the really disconcerting things is we actually don't fully understand how it works. There's a few things we know for sure. If you ate something now, Andrew, it doesn't matter what it is, bagel, KFC, anything, after a little while, your pancreas would produce a hormone called GLP-1. And we now know that GLP-1 is part of your body's natural brakes. It's basically your body's signal going, hey, Andrew, you've had enough now, stop eating. But natural GLP-1, once it's created, only stays in your system for a few minutes and then it's washed away. So what these drugs do is they inject into you an artificial copy of GLP-1 that instead of lasting for a few minutes, lasts for a whole week, which has this weird effect. I'll never forget the second day I took Ozempic, waking up and lying there in bed and thinking, oh, I feel something really strange. What is it? And I couldn't locate in my body what it was. And then I realized I had woken up and I wasn't hungry. Every day previous to that, I would be woken up by this raging hunger. And I went to this diner up the street from where I live. And I went in and I ordered the thing I used to order every morning, which was a big brown roll with loads of chicken and loads of mayo. And the woman brought it to me. And I had like 4 mouthfuls and I was just full. I couldn't eat the rest. And that's basically what happened to me from then on. So it was initially thought, because GLP-1 is created in your gut, that the effect was primarily on your gut, that maybe it slowed gastric emptying, something like that. And there are certainly effects on the gut. But from interviewing the leading neuroscientists on this, we now know actually the evidence is increasingly clear that these drugs work primarily on your brain. They change your brain in ways that we don't fully understand, and it's slightly disconcerting. There's lots of different theories about what it does to your brain, which brings up a whole different set of benefits and risks.
So don't take this the wrong way, but you look great. And
how dare you? I'm hanging up.
And when I say that, like the natural thought for me, it was like, wow, like Johan's referencing these weight problems. Are you still on one of these drugs? Because you sure look like $1 million.
So I decided to carry on taking them because for me, and I stress, I do not believe this is the case for everyone. For me, the benefits that we know outweigh the risks that we know. But I'm conscious that I could come to regret that because many of the risks may turn out to be worse than we think. So if you want to think about the benefits of these drugs, I think it actually helps to think about a parallel area of science. So think about bariatric surgery. Up to now, it's been extremely hard to lose a huge amount of weight and keep it off for the long term. Some people do it just through calorie restriction and exercise. We all know someone like that. Someone very close to me in my family did that. But that's actually surprisingly unusual when you look at the stats. So up to now, the most reliable and easy to study way has been bariatric surgery. Things like, stomach stapling, that kind of thing. And what we know about bariatric surgery is it's a horrific, grueling operation. 1 in 1,000 people die during the operation. But the reason people do it, the reason people do it is because of what happens when you reverse obesity or hugely reduce it. So if you have bariatric surgery in the 7 years that follow, you are 56% less likely to die of a heart attack. You are 60% less likely to die of cancer. You are 92% less likely to die of diabetes-related causes. In fact, it's so good for your health, you're 40% less likely to die of any cause at all. And we know that with these drugs, although bear in mind with bariatric surgery, you're starting from quite serious obesity, otherwise you wouldn't qualify for the operation. We know that with these drugs, they're moving people in a similar direction. So if you take these drugs and you have a BMI higher than 27, you, on average, will have a 20% lower risk of having a heart attack in the next 2 years and a 20% lower chance of having a stroke. So for me, with my family's heart history, that was the thing that really decided it for me. But a lot of the big risks that I warn about don't apply to me, but do apply to lots of other people. So it's a very and I did have some rocky moments taking these drugs and some real setbacks as well. So it hasn't been an easy decision for me.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. Please do hit like and subscribe and hit that bell if you want to be notified every time a new episode drops. Thank you.